Welcome. We're gonna do pasta today. Again. Well, anyways. But before we start, let me move this forward because this is gonna be a long recipe because we're gonna make the pasta from scratch and we're gonna do raviolis with pear, here it is, and mascarpone on the inside. And it's gonna taste delicious. But to start, as I say, it's gonna be a long recipe, so we're gonna get some wine first. Here it is. Cheers. Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna show you something that you don't need, but it's gonna make it so much easier, and it's this. Watch. But it's gonna cut the time so much shorter. So let's get started. We're gonna get started with the dough because we have to let it rest for a little bit, and then we're gonna make the filling. We're gonna let that cool down. We're gonna make the raviolis, and then at the end we're gonna do the Caccio e Peppe sauce, and then we'll finish up everything. All right, here we go. The ratio for eggs and flour is 2 eggs per cup of flour, but I like mine extra soft and creamy, so I add 1 yolk. So for me it's gonna be 2 whole eggs, 1 yolk, and 1 cup of flour. So let's get started. Okay, and we're gonna dump it on the counter. Make sure it's clean. Please do not clean it with any toxical chemicals. Just, you know, clean it first, but then make sure you remove anything with water, like at least 3 times, because we don't want a pasta that tastes like bleach or so, right? Okay, so we're gonna pour the flour right there, and then with the bottom, we can make a little pool there. Probably it's better if I do with a spoon or a fork, because we're gonna need it. So you're kind of gonna make like well, because we need some space for the eggs. So you're gonna do it like this. Make sure you don't have any weak spots, because then the eggs are gonna leak through the counter and it's gonna be a mess. So, you know, well even all around. Just like this. Perfect. And then we're gonna add the eggs. Here's 1. 2. See what I mean? That's exactly what I meant. Perfect. Let me just block it here with some. Perfect. Under control. And then now we're gonna do the yolk. Let me do this in the sink. Here it is. Oh my god, this is such a mess. Anyways, so it's happening exactly what I told you to prevent, but it's okay. We got this under control. Here it is. So now maybe I should do this bigger. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Make sure it's wide enough. Okay. And then we're gonna move it here first. We want this to be even. Okay, once it's all well mixed, right, we're gonna start adding some flour towards the center, and we're gonna move it together like so. Wait, can you see it? Okay, sorry about that. So as I was saying, you're gonna add the flour slowly towards the center, and you're gonna mix it all together until everything's fully incorporated, just like this. Okay, once it's kind of like not liquid anymore, you're just gonna mix it. It's okay if it gets spicy. Okay, once it's kind of like in this state that you are probably in panic mode because it's super messy, don't worry about it. Just scrub everything off, and then you're just gonna get hands on. Probably not a good idea to have long nails like I do, which I need a manicure by the way, but just gonna start mixing all together with your hands. Wait. Here it is. We're gonna keep mixing just until the dough is soft. See how it breaks right now? We don't want that. We want it to be soft and manageable because we're gonna stretch it out. Okay, I have my pasta dough here resting. So the next thing we're gonna do is the filling. We're gonna fill it up, as I said before, we're gonna do pear, and we're gonna do mascarpone and panna grana. So the steps to making this, we're gonna shred the pear, and we're gonna squeeze the juice because we want the filling to be as dry as possible. If it's not, if it's too wet, then the ravioli is gonna break down, it's gonna be a mess. So let's do that. But first, again. Let's get some cheesecloth and another bowl. So let's do this. Let's just a piece. It's like a scarf. All right. All the water, and let me put the rest here. I might need a spoon. Perfect. All right, let me clean all this mess, and then we're gonna start doing the filling. For the filling, I forgot to mention, we're gonna grate some Parmigiano Reggiano and some Grana Padano. So we're gonna mix them together so we can add them to the filling of the raviolis. Okay, don't forget. Around 1 cup of cheese total. So let's mix it. And now let's do finally the filling. Okay, we're gonna start preheating a pan. Let's do on high first, and then when it's hot, we're gonna do it on medium heat. And honestly, I found this on my cabinet, and I don't know, I think it should be cool to add it. We'll see. This. We want to evaporate as much as possible because remember, we're trying to make it a dry filling. We don't want it to be super wet. Once that the water has evaporated and the pear is starting to get, you know, stuck at the bottom of the pan, we're gonna add the mascarpone. So we're gonna add a spoon. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. And we're gonna mix it very well. We're gonna add the rest of the cheese. Lower the heat, and I'm gonna add this thing. Let's see. Okay, now that all the cheese have been melted, I'm going to set it aside and I'm gonna put it on the freezer so it gets cool faster while I finish to do the raviolis. Okay. Now into the fun part, which is making the raviolis. So our pasta is done. Oops, sorry. Now it's perfect, so it's stretchy, exactly how we want it. So we're gonna get some flour for the table so it doesn't stick. I'm gonna do my dough here, I'm gonna put it on this table, and then we're gonna assemble all together. Flour, and over the table. And then on this. And then I'm gonna cut the dough in 2 pieces, so let's do that. And I'm gonna stretch it a little bit, put this aside, and then we're gonna start. This is too loose. So I start on the widest setting here on the pasta maker, and then I start reducing it as I go because I don't want to do everything too fast, just in case. Right, just a few times. This is my favorite part, by the way. Okay, so. And then I'm gonna fold it because I want it to be perfectly square. And you fold it one more time. And now from here, we're gonna go thinner and thinner. Okay, let me fold it in half so I get that square shape again. But I think if it's too thin, it might break, so I'm gonna do it wider. Maybe, let's see. There we go. Looks great. See, it's square, it's perfect, it's the length I want and the thickness I want. So I'm gonna put it here aside to rest while I do the other one. So let's do the same thing. Wine rest again. Perfect. Let's start. wide. I'm tired, guys. More than tired, hungry, I think. Okay, we're almost done, I promise. Perfect, this is done. Let me put it here to rest. And let me clean this up and we'll be back. Now I'm gonna check on the cheese, so let's see how it's looking. Okay, it's getting colder and harder. So here's how it's looking so far. It's still hot. I can feel on the bottom of the plate, so I'm gonna leave it on the freezer a little bit more. And spread it out so it cools faster. Okay, here it is. So we're gonna take the pasta and we're gonna cut it so it's perfectly square. And we need a side of water so we can seal the raviolis on the edges. So I'm gonna get some water. Here we go. And I need a little brush, which is here. It's running.
Follow her for more recipes. An accurate description of the measurements. For exact amount of servings.
Lol. Anyways, I think we're ready. So let's get the filling. It's definitely colder. Let's see. Perfect. I thought this is good enough. Okay, so we're gonna take the bread, the dough, and just add about here. I like big raviolis, but please do as your own liking. Perfect. All done. So we have 11. Why 11? It's uneven. Anyways. Okay, I have everything I need here on the side. I have the raviolis and I have the grana padano and the black pepper. I have here the water boiling, and I'm gonna start doing, once the raviolis are almost done, I'm gonna start doing the sauce. And also I'm gonna add some of this to the sauce just to see how it tastes. So far this tastes amazing. It just literally tastes like sweet onions, which I love. So I'm gonna add it to the sauce. Okay, now that the water is boiling, I'm gonna start adding the raviolis slowly. Oops. Here they are. And then while this is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and start the sauce because it's gonna cook pretty fast. Okay, so on a large pan, we're gonna do this high heat again, and we're gonna add some pepper. I like to grate some, but also some big ones. So generous amount. Let's wait a little bit more. You can definitely smell the pepper being toasted. And then see it starts smoking. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna add some butter. It might get smoky. There it goes. And I'm gonna lower the heat. I'm gonna add the raviolis because they're done. I actually forgot to do the closer video, but this is the final result. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.